inflation in the economy, that's what everybody is talking about right now. But the why and the what next is why our guest is here, and that's why Eric is with us. Let's talk about, first of all, the what's going on with inflation. You were right about the predictions on inflation, but what should we be watching for now?
So, as we've seen the Fed meetings over and over again, we know that they've dropped the narrative of a transitory inflationary rate, and they know that this is a really big problem and one that they're having a hard time trying to get a hold of. And the reason why is because this is policy that has really just kind of toppled on top of each other. And they really, all they can do is either print money or raise rates, and that's it. But if they raise rates, the economy starts to fall, the stock market might crash, and if they print more money, then inflation just continues to soar. So they're really kind of out of bullets when it comes to that. But more importantly than that right now, from what a lot of people don't understand is, well, everything is going on with gasoline prices. Okay, Ukraine it's not really the biggest problem that we have right now. The biggest problem is really our relations with Saudi Arabia. And the reason why is because back in the day, to kind of back up and give a quick history lesson, after the Bretton Woods Act, we had more gold on our shoreline than anybody else, and that's what made us reserve currency kings of the actual globe. Now, after that, we went off the gold standard in 71. It was called the Nixon shock, and he took us off the gold standard. 73, in order to maintain that reserve currency status, what we did is we went ahead and shook hands with Saudi Arabia, and we promised them military support in exchange for them using only U.S. dollars in order to buy petrol. So that means any nation in the world that wanted gasoline or oil would have to come to us in order to exchange it so they'd have to exchange through the U.S. dollar. Well, this was big, and it's worked for over almost 50 years now. So what has changed since then is our relations with the Saudis. Not only that, the connection between Russia and China, if China now says, well, the heck with it, we'll start trading yuan rather than U.S. dollars, and the Saudis agree to that, well, now we no longer have that petrodollar stronghold that we've had for so many years. What does that mean to the dollar? Well, it can mean a lot of things. It can mean a humongous loss in confidence with the global community of currencies. And if we lose that status, that reserve currency status, I mean, just like that, you could watch our debt turn into the death of us overnight.
So let's talk about inflation. We've talked about that a lot. What's the difference between inflation and hyperinflation, and what do we watch for to see if we're moving from one to the other?
So inflation is what we're experiencing right now. Every single day you get up, things are more expensive. Everything around you is becoming more expensive. So that's inflation. But hyperinflation is when it moves at such an exponential rate that nobody can keep up. You're buying any single good just to get your money out of the currency itself. Doesn't matter if it's a hammer or a loaf of bread. Anything's better than holding on to the currency, because within minutes it can become unraveled. Now, hyperinflations usually don't happen all at once. They usually take a period of years to finally get to the point where they get so exponentially quick that the currency just fails. That's what hyperinflation is. We've talked about this in the past. We have a video about it that people can reach out and take a look at to see the histories of those hyperinflations. But we would hope to God it never happens here, because if it does, it would change the United States forever.
A lot of people are looking for things to do, and one of the things I love that you have is the Rookie Mistake Guide. Can you explain what that is and why it's so important for the average person like me?
Well, because if people want to try to protect themselves from all of these exponential factors that they have no control over, one thing they can do is buy gold, they can buy silver, they can buy precious metals and put that aside. The nice thing about it is it's tangible, you own it, and that if things get really bad, the prices of those types of metals will continue to rise as inflation rise, just as though we've seen gold rise in the last 365 days. That's what it is. Now, the Rookie Guide will give you all of the pitfalls of people trying to take advantage or putting you into bad products or things of that nature, scams, that type of thing. It'll make sure that that doesn't happen to you. And we offer that. If somebody will text us, we'll be more than happy to shoot them a digital guide right to their phone and they can check it out.
That's why he's here. If you want to make an appointment, this is a local company that's been helping local people for a long time. Make sure they don't make those mistakes. Make an appointment and get your questions answered from the source. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you very much.